Sure.
And Tine, if you want, you can send it to me, and I can see if I can like add some
Like
stuff.
how Vytharia is a stick man.
I think it's pretty good. It just needs transparency.
There's just no pleasing that cat.
That's kind of what cats.
Yeah, they're
thing.
always displeased.
So, I'll send it to Dark then.
Sure.
All right. Well,
Dark, what's wrong with it?
Well,
it was
yeah.
a little crooked, maybe.
Just, you know, I can do a tiny bit of shading on it. Of course, we can make it the background transparent. Yeah, just a minor thing.
So there's a lot of
Like big wrong with it.
there's a lot of materials and things happening. There's a lot of people running to and fro. And you know, some of you are more or less invisible doing things. Some of you are sitting in the throne room looking
Some of
over
us
everything.
are literally invisible.
Some of you are always...
will be quite visible. She will go on a trip, at least traveling along the claimed road here to inspect the site. And so,
Oh, yes. She can certainly do that. Does she travel alone, or does she take anyone with her?
oh, she takes some guards with her, whatever.
Sure. Yeah, you know, a month or so down the road, you know, you are... construction has started. Like it's slashing, it's burning. People are digging out like big rocks and stuff and throwing them away. There's a lot of hustle and bustle in the area, basically, and the supply trains are constant up and down the roads here.
Good.
As slaves and free men and women, you know, travel up and down, doing their business. On the second week, all of you notice a pretty large earthquake seems to hit somewhere deep below, and the shock of it sort of, you know, sends upwards, trembling up very close to you. It almost feels. Anyone in Vothus feels like half the town is sort of shaking. The earth groans. There are cracks formed in the cavern walls and ceiling. Nothing really falls in, but it is certainly a big earthquake that happened down below. It passes after, you know, as soon as it appeared, of course.
We should really get something done about that.
A week or so later, this will be the third week, roughly, since the council meeting. Where are your characters during the third week, presumably?
The third week. Well, I don't know how long it takes to go across the road. But, you know, I would have gone down here, then back up and enchanted, and so probably in Vothus. But
All right.
you're probably doing paperwork.
All right.
Or shouting up guards, or, you know, helping training, something like that.
Sure.
Your business.
Zyn isn't exactly the overseer type, so he would probably spend most of his time still in Vothus, still training his bed, because he's almost ready and he just needs those some more days of training.
And of course, playing with your new magic bow.
Weeks.
And
that, yes.
and friend.
Yes, bad friend.
What time is it? Around?
That's a great question. When?
When?
What time is it?
In the game or in real life?
In the game.
You know what time it is.
It would be. This would be fairly early in the morning.
Oh, well, she's probably in her room then still.
Oh, it's early in the morning. Then it's possible Rain is actually doing his training right now. So.
Okay.
I think Tristan would be in just nearby a window, sitting on the floor reading, with Sakari by her feet.
Sure.
Because now she can finally understand Abyssal.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That is certainly a towering token. All right. Then it is Rain who sees the courier rushing in He seems to have ridden a gecko. Getting here, the gecko looks very tired and basically collapses on the ground as he sprints off it and rushes towards Rain. He seems to be quite stressed out, and he barely has time to salute to him, and then he says, "My lord, something has happened along the road towards the new settlement."
Oh, what has happened?
I am sad to say it is somewhat unclear, my lord. The reports are scattered. From what has been gathered, some form of beasts have begun rampaging through along the supply lines towards the new settlement. They are killing us quite brutally, my lord. So far, roughly 30 people have died, and supplies have been lost.
I assume you barely got away then.
He nods. This message has been. I am not the first carrying this message, my lord. The first courier had to stop due to exhaustion, and I took over.
And have the patrols not been helping?
The patrols have been slaughtered, my lord. The beasts are towering. From what I've heard, they are glowing as with some infernal hellfire.
Can you give me your name?
He gives a common drow name.
He sees me write it inside my my special black notebook.
Sure, that's the one you give to Tarlin later.
And with that, I will call some random guard and patrol, and basically gather the family in the throne room.
All right, Alauneari is very close by.
All right. Any family in Vothis gets the summons, unless they are actively hiding or being invisible somewhere.
No. Just
Oh, yeah.
flying
No.
about, probably seeing the commotion that Rain is creating there. So he'll be there.
The person will be dismissed.
All right. He rushes off again.
His name is still in my black notebook.
Why are you gonna punish him?
Well, depends on what happens. If it turns out just to be like a couple of tiny creatures, he's gonna get a lash.
I don't think they would kill so many.
No,
30?
no. The point stands is, we don't know what's going on.
And I would say don't kill the messenger, but we're drow, so
So kill
that's
him.
what we do.
The point is, if it's a fake message, someone's got to get punished.
Well, he wouldn't have given his real name.
Is that like an old-timey movie projector?
What?
That's
It
what it
does
sounds
sound like it, yes.
Yeah. So watching my favorite 8mm films.
Did it stop?
Yes.
That's my fan.
Oh, okay.
Your fan is a movie projector?
Yeah.
So it's very efficient. All right.
Yes, everyone in the family will get some summons. Is Rilinid joining us or not?
Not
Is
here.
he in
He's out on a
office?
field trip.
Okay. So, I received word from some patrols. Apparently, some large towering I can't remember, infernal, abyssal beasts. Apparently, extraplanar beasts or something have been ravaging supply lines down to the new city.
Do you have a better description than some kind of infernal beast, perhaps?
No. We know there's something ravaging our supply lines, and if we don't stop it, we're going to end up losing the city.
They're found. And you're sure these things are infernal?
I don't. That's just a description I got given. I wouldn't personally trust it, but you can act on it how you wish.
He nods.
That's not a description we can act on at all.
Exactly.
It could be anything.
The point stand is we need to deal with this in some way.
And I suppose we need to deal with this quickly. Well, we should bring in contingency of soldiers. We can all go. It should not take long to hunt down whatever this is.
did the messenger say how many of those beasts there were?
The messenger pretty much knew nothing.
Oh, so the message was, there are some beasts, I don't know what they are, attacking us. That is very helpful.
We know they managed to kill basically the entire patrol.
For all we know, they could have stumbled and hit their heads and made something up.
If that's the case, he's going to be punished later.
Well,
No matter what, there'll be
that's
something
what you
for
do,
us to
Zyn.
find.
Let's just go.
If we're tracking down a person, or we're tracking down whatever these creatures are, we'll find.
When we go to the fort at the entrance to the jungle, we might be able to find more information there.
If they're infernal, I doubt they're going to be that hard to find. Let's go.
Mount the lizard. And is in mounting the bat?
Yes.
How does this look?
It's a dire bat, which is not very uncommon in the Underdog at all, and it's Zyn riding on top of it.
Do you have a saddle?
Yes.
Oh, we've seen this before back in Terisia.
You likely have seen Zyn train in Vothas with his bat, mounting the bat and flying around, making maneuvers. So it's not completely surprising, but this will be the first time where he actually uses the bat on a mission.
On a combat.
Yes. Scouting mission / combat encounter.
Sure.
Well, road trip.
Let's go.
All right.
You just wait, then Zakari will be big, then I can ride too.
Just you wait, all of you.
So we go to the fort at the beginning of the jungle.
All right.
There we should be able to get some reports of what's actually going on.
Road trip.
Also,
Alright.
Alauneari will leave the guard a message for if Rilinid can be found of basically what we've been told.
Sure.
Nothing.
What we're doing.
Which is
Going
nothing.
to investigate.
There are
Leave a-
things help.
Leave a note on Rilinid's door. All right, sure. You travel down to the border fort. That goes quickly enough. The roads are well maintained and well patrolled these days. And as you arrive, there seems to be a lot of people here. Actually, you recognize several people as caravan masters or merchants and stuff, and they all seem to be more or less holed up here. There's certainly a lot of frayed and afraid feelings as you move in into the fort itself.
Alauneari expect some fanfare.
Oh yeah, well when it is clear that it is like most of the family arriving, there's certainly hurriedly guards lining up, honor guards and fanfares and trumpets and all that stuff, and the people certainly quickly make way for you so you can move into the fort.
As we enter Rain, we'll be looking around for someone who we recognize,
Yeah, approaching you. And I will quickly do it like this.
He seemed to have got more powerful quickly.
Suddenly he advanced. Level up.
So it's a slum way doing it, but it's quick enough. Right, yes, it is Commander Halman, the drow put in charge of the border fort.
Technically, it's under Zyn's control because it's patrol.
Zyn is training his bat all the time, so
That's true. So I've probably been doing his paperwork.
Yeah, you probably have.
Look at him.
He salutes and bows deeply. My lords, matron. Yes, it is quite a predicament, I am sad to say. Some form of fire beasts seem to ravage our supply lines down to Duvenale. I have, as of now, ordered the trade routes to hold until the situation is cleared out. We have already lost 2 caravans going down there.
Can you be more specific than fire beasts?
Not many have survived the attacks, and the few that have are raving with fear, and nothing much can be gleaned from them, sadly. From what I have gathered, they say that there are large fire beasts towering over them, suddenly appearing from out of nowhere, or the earth itself, and basically attacking and destroying everything in their path.
How many of those beasts are there?
He seems troubled. I cannot say for certain, my lord. Between 3 and 6 is my guess. The eyewitness accounts seem to differ somewhat.
And have any of the patrols returned, or is my reports of them almost all being wiped out?
He nods. Almost everyone who has tried to travel the road down to Duvenale has been wiped out, my lord.
Disappointing. Very glad to him and then the people behind.
He bows deeply. Yes, my lord.
Zyn, Alauneari, Tristan, how would you rather we do this?
It seems that we currently have no people in the kingdom capable of handling this except for ourselves.
I'm guessing so.
The downside of not having an army.
Howman.
He stiffens. My lord.
Where exactly on the road have these been spotted?
He points to Hex 0907.
Pretty far down the road. Give us a better idea of when we need to start preparing.
Well, let's go then.
Yeah, I suppose we have to deal with this. Meanwhile, Jonas and Grimith secret chat.
Yeah, that's...
Secrets!
Well, obviously you guys have to have some suspense build up for you, you know. It's important. You know, you need to build the anticipation, and then there'll be a climatic fight, and then you'll wind down.
You know what? You know the reason why they're sending messages? Because the actual thing destroying all the patrols is Rilinid.
Rilinid is actually the...
Rilinid is actually not only 1, but 6 fire beasts.
Mirror images.
How did we not see it before?
I am a devoted servant to Asmodeus, so, you know...
It's the stone mask. It gives him like +10 to bluff. So
yeah, it's gonna be awkward, right?
you can either be on the road, Grimith, or you can arrive there. Yeah, it's up to you.
I'll arrive there.
All right.
Oh, how I wish that I could cast these good spells.
Storm of Vengeance.
Just take
I can damage good outsiders.
Will Storm of Vengeance really do anything down here?
That's gonna help us. Now let's hope it's not like Saren Ray's revenge.
So I suppose we head down the road with Zyn and his bed flying overhead.
Sure.
Sure.
It is possible. Zyn spots another party on the road as well.
A party, you say?
Absolutely a party.
Can he identify who that is?
Yes. Possibly. Unless there is some skullduggery going on.
Nah, I figure we won't skulk around in this. This is pretty important, so, you know, Rilinid figures Zyn will eventually come around and spot. He's ostentatious enough.
Oh, yes.
With Ivy, like, eventually the family will hear about this. I can't deal with this shit on my own.
Oh, and she giggles and says that, oh, you're such a rake, Rilinid.
That's exactly how the... You see, look right up there. There he is, as conspicuous as can be.
Flap, flap.
Yeah.
Flap, flap, indeed.
Flap the bat. Yeah, it is Rilinid and Ivy traveling the road, and they seem to approach.
Did you want to give me ownership over Ivy's token, Jonas?
Yeah, I haven't upgraded her to... this is the old token I've been using since basically first session.
Basically the very beginning.
Yeah, I need to output the upgraded stat block I gave to you and put it on the token.
Did you choose leadership and got Ivy?
If you want me to take care of it, I can update the token, unless there's like hidden things that you don't want me to know about.
Oh no, if you want to do it, that's perfectly fine.
I don't have a problem taking care of the tokens, not a big deal.
And I will give ownership. There we go.
Grimith,
Well,
did you get leadership and chose Ivy?
Yes.
well then, seeing and recognizing the party of two, which is Rilinid and Ivy, I guess.
Indeed.
Maybe you have more people coming. Zyn would certainly fly down, land, and explain the situation. Fire beasts killing all the trade routes and scouts, and since we, as in the family members, are apparently the only people who can do anything in this entire realm, here we are on the way to kill whatever things they are.
Right.
Obviously, they aren't here because these would have met them on the other way.
Yeah. Rilinid's gonna be like, okay, do you know something that I don't know? Looking at Ivy, nodding, looking back at them.
He shrugs and says that she did see a few people run past very hurriedly and stuff like that. Might be yes, indeed, trouble on the road. She has heard that.
Haven't spotted it. Just came here, figured we'd wait for the group on the road.
Yeah. Like have a foldable chairs up and a little table.
Wouldn't that be great? Just have like a lawn chair, just folded out. Like I checked this bag out of like the Votha's bag of holding sections. Do you have the quarterlies? Here are the crosswords, dear.
It's great. I love it.
So, which hex would we be right now? Somewhere in the middle?
We can say 8 I don't care, whatever.
It would be like here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And then Zyn will also inform Rilinid that they were supposed to be somewhere at hex 09 or 7. If you haven't seen them, then clearly they aren't there. Huh.
Oh, well, we didn't take that road.
Yeah, you came from Xan, obviously.
I came from Xan. We were busy talking about things, organizing plans. My goodness. Do you have any more useless information to share? Can we actually make progress?
And the party shows up.
All right. Yeah, well, after the tearful reunification of the family.
Suppose I'll read Doonesbury later.
You can certainly trundle down the road.
All right. Did you know
Let's trundle.
Did you know that Archie's dead? My word.
Oh, was shot, yes.
My goodness. Saved his gay lover. Okay.
Yeah, that's quite. It's actually true.
It is.
I saw that too. I was like, that's certainly a way to end the series, I guess.
Yep.
Main character was shot by a homophobe. It's like, all right, sure. Oh.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
But I'm sure it's interesting.
It doesn't matter now. I can send you a link later.
It's okay. Jonas and I, once again, are on the same wavelength. That's
we like this,
Oh, you two.
Thick as thieves.
He's a bud.
See, we speak each other's language. We know what's up.
Well, I don't know about me speaking your language.
I can teach you.
Hey, Grimith, I didn't
Focus.
read it.
Yeah, let's do stuff.
So 0907.
All right, you reach this area later on, and yes, you quickly find along the road the smashed up and destroyed caravans. Quite brutal. Bodies everywhere. They seem to be crushed and basically crushed or burned to a crisp. Same with the trade and the trade goods.
Well, given the amount of destruction, Mr. Tracking Survival Guy should find it pretty easily to follow the swath of burned shit.
Well, first of all, assuming that he hasn't seen like giant fire beasts while flying over the fungal jungle. Which
He has not.
He has not. Well, then you can surely take a look at the tracks, if these things leave tracks of sorts.
You can certainly look around.
Let's look around. Let's not look around. God damn it.
There's certainly a lot of like destruction and stuff here. You don't really see any tracks actually leading off. It's just as if they appear out of nothing.
You know, I think I might try looking around as well. It's an 18.
You come up with basically the same conclusion. Like there are big like indentures where something big has clearly walked around possibly, but it doesn't really walk from the place. It just appears next to the road and then moves into it.
Can Zakari use Zen to get a better to find out where these tracks are going?
We don't have any tracks, but
you can smell around.
Should I just add the +10 to the temporary bonus?
tracking by scent.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, sure. I mean, Zakari pokes around, sniffing and whatnot. He reports that he smells a lot of, as they call it, molten and burned rocks and metal. He says it smells very similar to what it did down below.
This sounds like elementals, then, perhaps spawning from the depths of the Earth's wound after the earthquake that struck.
Interesting hypothesis.
So isn't there basically a trail of burned mushrooms that will lead us to the place where they are?
Well, you do know, Tristan knows that elementals can basically. They don't need to have a physical form all the time. Well, they are very adept. Some can fly, for instance. Some of them can just meld into the ground or, dissolve themselves into whatever element they're formed from.
Oh, that's annoying.
Making tracking an elemental practically impossible.
They might have just seeped into the ground and...
Yes, they're just curling through. In order to find them, we're basically just going to have to act as the patrol ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, time to wander around.
Going up and down the road, because this will not stand. Absolutely not. You will not sabotage the cathedral.
I'm hoping that giant flaming elementals would be rather easy to spot from overhead. So
given the fact that they're pinpricks of light in the darkness.
Pretty much.
Sure. Yeah, so you keep traveling the road?
Basically.
All right.
Well, Zyn and Zakari can scout from the sky.
Zakari getting ready to do a falling bounce.
You can all make perception checks.
Going on a field trip.
Did to prove that 4 Lady Averages is back.
Field trip. Oh my god, I rolled a 5. Jesus Christ.
You still rolled better than I did.
Law of averages. You're supposed to side with me after that economy roll. What the fuck?
All right. Anyone beating a 20?
Yes. There are people beating 20.
Yeah.
Zyn, Rilinid, and Alauneari.
Good. You will not be surprised when the elementals hit. And you can copy your tokens.
Okay. I guess what I'm going to have do, since Ivy is currently for level 1, is basically just send her off to keep an eye on to make sure that there aren't any other elementals. She's great at being perceptive and shit. She can hide herself.
Sure. Yeah, you're traveling down the road, which I've not painted here because... but you're basically going down this way.
So, like here?
Yeah, you're like somewhere here.
Zoom out, and look south.
Oh, not on the encounters map.
Yes.
Yes, on the encounters map.
Because this is not an encounter, I see.
What?
What?
This is on the encounters map.
This is on the encounters map.
I'm confused. Help.
Go on the damn encounters map and zoom out.
Yes.
I'm zooming. Oh, wow. I had to zoom far. Okay.
Yes.
You're zooming the wrong direction then.
Yeah. Yes. It's not terribly far. I mean, we're not that far off the base coordinates level.
I guess Zyn could be like here or something. He's kind of flying, so he's.
You're flying.
So you're a bit further in on this. You're roughly here.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. Yes. Anyone?
It was Zyn, Rilinid, and Alauneari.
All right. Then you are not surprised.
Cool.